next on the podcast, man, my man Eddie Zuko, a local, early legend here, man, in the hip hop world, growing the mystique of who he is, man. We've been lucky enough to do something together in the past. We've been following this career for a few years now, man, and we're super excited to have you on the podcast here. Thanks for taking the time with us.
Oh yeah, bro. Thanks for having me.
Definitely, man. So we'll take it back, go back to the early days. I mean, what was, you're originally from the Imperial Valley, correct?
Or Imperial.
Yeah.
To be exact.
Born and raised in Imperial, California, or where were you?
Born and raised, born in Brawley, right there, Pioneers Memorial.
There we go.
Nice. Fucking room, 32. Nah, just kidding. I don't even know. But yeah, no, Pioneers, fucking born and raised, bro, right? Imperial.
There we go, man. Nice. So you grew up in you're right now you're 26, 27?
27, bro.
27 years old. And in your early days, I mean, what was your life like as a kid?
Well, I grew up right there in Imperial. So I moved around a little bit, but most of my life was in Imperial. But like first 5 years in Imperial, we lived at my grandma's, and then like we got our own place after a while. And then my dad was in the military, so we moved to the Navy base right there in El Centro, the Navy base.
Yeah,
because he was able to get military housing. So we lived there for maybe like 3 years, something like that. And then from there we moved to San Diego. So I lived in San Diego as a kid for like 3 years or something like that. So but when I moved there, bro, it was like I didn't even know diversity, bro, because everybody in the valley's like, everybody's Mexican. It's like 2 white people, 1 black dude, and like like it's not much.
For sure.
It's like almost everybody's Mexican and shit.
Yeah.
Then I went to San Diego, and we lived in the military homes, and you got fucking kids, like all kinds of different kids, bro. Like, and that's really when I started getting into hip hop and rap and shit, just because from having different friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like my first exposure and shit to diversity, because the military homes, like all these people, none of these people are local. They're all from wherever.
Yeah,
they
all
just
over
live
the
there.
place.
Yeah, so I got to meet like all kinds of different kids from different backgrounds and shit. So did that for like 2 years, and then moved back to the valley, like 05, and then since then just stayed in Imperial.
And so you started getting that little like you said, you got that diversity lesson when you were in San Diego.
Yeah, well, I was like, what the fuck? There's other type of people.
Yeah, because it's true. I mean, even for like as being a white person growing up here in the valley, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it is a heavy Hispanic population here, and that's what you grow up. That's what you grow up around. I mean, even for us, I mean, that's what we grew up around. It was no different, saying, it is, and that's why it just makes it unique here, especially being someone like, being here, a bit of being a minority as far as the population goes, it's, but it was probably the coolest experience growing up, because no one, I was different than all my friends necessarily, so you get a little feeling of something different. But
it's crazy though, because like most white people and black people and anybody else that I knew growing up, like to me they seemed Mexican, because like we're all doing the same thing, bro.
Sure, so exactly.
Like we all it's like we're all soaking up the same culture and doing the same shit. So we feed off of each other and shit. And like I don't know, bro. I think the valley just has its own like cool, unique little culture, and then like the writing culture is like a whole thing that I think is like almost unique. It's pretty unique to the valley, bro. Like people come from all over to go to Glamis or fucking Superstition and shit. And that I don't know. That's just crazy.
I think, and that's funny too, because like if you're from here, I don't think even you think, unless you just go to the desert all the time, you don't even think about the fact that you have like Glamis, like one of like an attraction that brings 150,000 people on a weekend.
I never thought about that, bro, until I left. I was like, wait, that shit's kind of sick.
It's that popular, bro. Yeah,
a bunch of famous movies filmed out there. And everything.
Yeah, I just noticed a few weeks ago, former Padre Luis Urias, he was out there. He plays for the Brewers now, second baseman, you know.
Yeah.
And then this past weekend, Dominic Reyes was out there, UFC fighter. Like
he fought John Jones not too long
ago. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to see, like, you know, these people from different worlds that end up out in our little, you know, dude, our little area.
That's a hot spot right there, Glamis.
No doubt. So you moved back here. You said 05.
Yeah.
Were you think it was hip hop interesting to you at that time? Was that something?
Dude, that's the only thing. And when I moved back in 05, I was like 11. I was like maybe 6th grade.
Yeah.
But that's like the only shit I listened to, bro. Like obviously Mexican music and whatever like my mom put on and fucking my dad actually showed, like my dad was probably the first one to show me hip hop and rap because my dad used to break dance back in the day.
Okay.
So I didn't even know that was hip hop when he was showing it to me though. You know what I mean? Because it was so different from like me listening to whatever I was listening to. And he was showing me like old shit, bro, like Africa Bombada. He showed me movies like Beat Street and shit where they're like breakdancing, but it's all hip hop. That's like the beginning of hip hop. So I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. I was like, oh, my dad don't get it. He's not cool. But like those movies influenced me hella, bro. They used to like that shit. So my dad was like probably the first one to expose me to that shit. And then obviously that shit was popular too. You know what I mean? Like so my cousins also were listening to rap. And like the friend group that I was around, most people that I knew like that type of shit. So I just became like obsessed over it, bro. And that was like 6th grade when we first got back. Yeah. From everything, you know, not just like the music, but like the clothes and it's a whole thing.
Yeah. The culture.
The whole culture, bro. Yeah. And by the time I was like in 8th grade, me and my cousins were like, well, they started first. And they made a song or some shit. And they were like, fuck it, let's make songs. Like, and then I was like, all right, I guess. And we started fucking super, super whack, bro. Like a broomstick. We had a karaoke. We taped up a karaoke mic to it. And this is before like the internet was like super robust like it is now.
Yeah.
So we were just like fucking, like it might have still been AOL. I don't even know what the internet was, but it was super slow. Just trying to
post like music on MySpace or something at the time.
Yeah, that's what. Well, we weren't even posting it yet. This was like maybe we might have had MySpace, but we were like on some like burn the CDs and give them to people at school.
Yeah.
And
were you doing something like Rizzo and Chris? I remember those dudes were like popular in high school, dude.
With Rizzo, with fucking
Neptune.
Chris, with Nep. Yeah, we all started like around the same time, bro.
Yeah. And another thing, I mean, you mentioned your dad, you know, breakdance and stuff like that. You also spent some time like doing the dance scene and doing that kind of stuff, correct?
Yeah, bro. Like around, I don't even 2009, 2010, bro. That's when jerking was hot. So jerking was like, but everybody was a part of it, bro. Except for like, obviously there was a big group of people that were like, that shit's whack, this is lame. And like you look back
Power
on
Rangers and stuff.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you look back on it, you're like, that's just funny. You know what I mean? Like it's lame, but it was cool. Like I enjoyed doing it, bro. That shit was so fun. Like, and it went hand in hand with the music. It was like we were already making music, and then that shit started happening. We're like, fuck it, that's just cool as fuck.
I think it's just like same thing. It's part of that whole culture. It's part of, you know. It is. It was funny with that. I remember when I first found out that you at one point in time, right, you were dancing. Yeah. I don't know why. I think I like shared your music with Cedric, and I'm like, bro, like, hey, check this dude out. This dude's from Imperial, and he's like,
I know that fool.
He's like, bro, hey, I know that dude, bro. Like we used to jerk like together like back in the day. I'm like, oh, what? No, so and that's what's pretty funny that like you see how small that world is, you know, like to think that you guys were at one point in time were out there wearing probably like skinny jeans and shit and doing the jerk.
Like, but like not even skinny, bro, beyond skinny.
those painted on. I don't know how you could do that stuff with that ton of pants on, bro.
Big old shoes and shit, but that shit was hella fun, bro. Like everybody that was like in the music scene was like in that as well. You know what I mean? Well, pretty much.
Yeah.
But we all knew each other from the music and from jerking and like all the events that people would throw and shit.
Yeah.
But that shit was hella fun, bro. Like I met so many cools off that shit.
Definitely.
Yeah. So you were doing that. I mean, you were messing around with music, like, so this is probably around your high school time.
Yeah, that was like fucking junior, senior year. So that was like already when I was taking music a little, in my head at least, a little more serious, right? I don't like I fucking look back now like, fuck, I fucking suck. But like but if you look at the timeline though, I was better than when I started. So
sure.
So at that time though, in my head, I was like, well, it's getting legit. We're doing a lot of shows. We were doing a lot of lowrider shows. And jerking as well.
Yeah. Did you so you were getting some like small like little things down here in the valley, like you said, like lowrider shows, stuff like that. Were you searching those things out, or was this something that you were just happening upon?
Well, one of the fucking Jordan, that was part of our group as well.
Mm-hmm.
His dad would find us fucking shows, like lowrider shows, like fuck it, like we're all a group. Let's fucking let's go find shows. So he was like kind of like our manager.
Gotcha.
But he would find everywhere, bro. Like we fucking would go to Palm Springs, fucking a lot in the valley.
Yeah.
And then we would go to fucking like San Luis over there by Yuma, and we would go to Yuma, anywhere close by, brother. We could just go. We did the big one that they have there in the valley, the La Gente one. It was mostly lowrider shows at first.
Yeah.
And then eventually it was like we got like a small little fan base, right? Like very small, but like we were doing quinceañeras and like birthday parties and shit.
Yeah.
So that was fun. That was like the first taste of
performing and like feeling like, man, I kind of like this thing. I like performing, like getting in front of people.
No, it was sick, bro. And that was when we started doing it more. It was my senior year, and I fucking it was like fucking whatever, like September, October, November, and I didn't even wrestle, bro, because I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna fucking I wrestled like most of my high school.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck that, I'm not gonna wrestle this year because we're doing shows every weekend. And in my head, I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do. And like people were like, nah, you're stupid, bro. What the fuck? What are you doing? This is your last year. Like I probably could have done both, but I was just like, fuck it, I just want to go all in on this shit.
Yeah. So you played sports in high school. You were did you just wrestle, or you played baseball, or what?
Yeah, I wrestled, I played baseball, and I did football for like a little bit. But those was like the main ones.
I think I was probably coaching at Imperial at the time when you were probably young, like, because like I coached there when like you remember like guys like Sammy Cervantes.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, he was older.
Yeah, so he was. I think when he moved, I think that was maybe my last year coaching there was when he moved to San Diego. So were you in high school at the same time?
Yeah, Sammy.
And he had a little brother.
You were class of 2011, right? 2011?
2011, yeah.
My brother's class. So
Stevie was like...
There you go. Yeah, Stevie, yeah.
He was a little younger, so he was in high school, actually, I think, when I was like a senior.
So you're somewhere right there.
His brother was older.
You were like Preston.
I was somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Davis and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's awesome. So you actually said like, bro, like you enjoyed wrestling? Like that was a thing for you?
I did, bro. I was lazy as fuck with that shit too, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like I could feel myself always getting better, bro, but I was never like a fucking, I wasn't like a star athlete or none of that shit.
Yeah, and you guys had a good wrestling program too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I thought we had a good ass squad. We weren't brawly good, bro. We weren't brawly good, but we were pretty good.
But it was right behind it. Like Brawley was like elite, and then Imperial, because Imperial had like the girls coming up too. Like
the girls were crazy.
Yeah, like they had them. They had when Sammy was there, I mean, then he left, but like there was like some really good wrestlers at Imperial. I remember that, man. For
a few years, bro. It was some good dudes out there.
Yeah. So you decide, all right, I'm not wrestling. I'm gonna perform. I'm gonna do this. Were you thinking like there was a future for you in music?
Yeah, bro. In my mind, it was like fucking undoubtedly, bro. I was like, fuck it, this is what I'm doing. I don't give a fuck. Like, but you picture it completely different. You picture it like happening immediately, or like it's fucking, we're gonna pop off tomorrow and shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're kind of just focusing on like the right now, like boom, we're gonna do this, we're gonna drop songs, and it's gonna go from here to here.
Yeah.
And but yeah, no, in my head, bro, it was like that's the only thing. It's the only thing we're doing.
Did you face like ridicule from anyone, like another Valley rapper? Like, did people try to steer you away from it ever? And
yeah, I mean, you could always tell when people would be like, I mean, what, like, oh, that's what you're gonna do? That's whack, or oh, you're not even that good, or whatever,
Yeah.
or like, but I mean, from other Valley rappers, it would always people would always beef, but like stupid shit. You know what I mean? Like,
it seems like you had a good group with you.
Yeah. I mean, but like most. When I look back at it, I'm like, I mean, I was pretty much cool with everybody. Like, we would have beefs with other Valley rappers, and then you're like, that was stupid.
Yeah, well, especially when you were like saying you got a mindset, I'm gonna like try to do something with this, because I think anyone, when you look at if you start getting your mindset of like, dude, I want to make this a thing for me, I want to be successful at this, you can't worry about this, your small area, because that's not what you're comparing yourself to if you want to make it to that a profitable level, I guess, right? Like something that you can actually make a living off this.
Yeah, no, that's how I was thinking, bro. I was pretty much like we were dropping hella songs, doing hella videos. Obviously, when I look back at it now, I'm like, fuck. But it was like the confidence I had was like crazy, bro. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
All of us, we were just like, fuck it, bro. Song, put out the video. I love this shit. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. People would always be like, that's just lame. Like people in school, brother. Like, it'd be like, that's just whack. Now you're your friends or whatever, or your fucking acquaintances. Yeah. And like I would just never ever like let it get to me, or like I never even gave it a thought, bro. I'd be like, they don't get it, or it's not for them, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But some people, I mean, it is tough, bro. Some people don't take ridicule and shit like that very
you gotta have thick skin, especially when people, rightfully or not, are judging you, right? I mean, people are putting opinions on something, just like what we're doing with this. Like, people are going to put an opinion on anything you do, whether it's warranted or not. And I guess, not being able to kind of just overlook it or completely just ignore it is probably one of the best traits you can have. And when you're trying to do something that's, you're putting yourself out there.
It's probably like some psycho shit, because you might not even take into account when somebody's telling you something valuable. Somebody might be telling you good advice, and you might still be like, nah, shut the fuck up. I know.
Because you're just so tunnel vision on it. Like,
So it's definitely like a balance of like, but I think when you're younger, you're more like that. You're more like, fuck what everybody says. And then as you get older, you maybe take into consideration a little bit more. But but it's still the same thing. You kind of just don't let anything. You don't take anything personal. You don't let it get to you. And I think that's like the mindset that you have to have. You have to know that nobody gives a fuck about your product or whatever you're doing. Nobody cares, and you have to be cool with that.
Yeah,
you have to pretty much just make them. You have to make them.
You got to find a way to make them care, right? I mean, like,
that's how it is.
And that's what's, that's what's kind of interesting, I think. And even just my time of knowing who you are and listening to you over, probably since you put out your first, like, the demo, like the right. Yeah. Your EP. Yeah. Like when that thing came out, like, and I don't want to get ahead of where we're at in the conversation, but like, that's where I was like, man, I didn't know who you were. I know nothing. I heard someone probably like retweeted or something like that. And I listened to it randomly, and I was like, bro, this dude is, this shit is dope. Yeah. Like, who is this dude, bro? Like, and then I found out, like, you're the Aguirres, like the whole family stuff, and then got to know that there was some connections in between there. But I remember they were just random, bro, and I was like, dude, this dude is fire. Didn't know who you were, had no reason to have a prior opinion of you, and I was and that's I guess that's how you truly gain people that care about your stuff, is just
bro.
Kind of random stumbling upon it. And it's funny to think that was like, that's like 3 years ago or whatever that was, man.
It's crazy how shit's, I mean, that's how shit spreads, bro. Like, organically, and then it kind of just snowballs, just gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
But that shit was a surprise to me, bro. I wasn't expecting shit. I was just like, fuck it, bro. This is what I always done. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna like really, really go hard and it fucking, work.
So you so you get out of high school, right? And that's kind of you stay in the Valley, or do you get out of here?
stayed in the valley for a little bit at my parents, just working, bro. I just fucking got a job immediately, like.
Yeah.
And at that, right after high school, I kind of was like, I don't know, like I'm still gonna do music, but I probably got to get a job or something. Like just thinking like a regular fool. Like what do I do? Maybe I'll go to school and I'll fucking get a job, and I'll still make music and kind of hope for the best. But
sure.
So then I just ended up just getting a job, working for like 2 years, and the only thing I knew I wanted to do was like I want to get at least. The first thing I want to do is I want to get out of the valley to just experience something else, because I never, like I lived in San Diego for a little bit, but I was fucking 10 years old. Yeah. So I was like, I want to at least go somewhere. So I was like, San Diego's cool. I love San Diego. So I want to go live fucking by myself or with my cousins. That's who I moved in with. We all lived together at first. And we're just like, fuck it, let's go out there and keep making music and fucking. And it took a while, bro. Like 2 years for me to move out. Finally be comfortable enough to leave.
So you were like 20 when you rolled to San Diego?
Yeah, 20. And still making music, but not as often as I was in high school. Just because
you were working to be able to live there.
Working and also just sidetracked with like stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Partying, having fun, living.
Having fun, just kind of half-assing shit. And it was like that. Yeah, once we got to San Diego, working a lot though, working a lot.
Yeah.
And then fucking like 3-4 years went by. 20. Yeah, I moved up there when I was 20. I didn't drop the EP till I was 23. So, and that took a while. That was like finally I was dropping a few songs here and there, And finally I was like, fuck it, bro, I gotta drop like a project. Like I never even had dropped a project like that. Even when I was just making music back in high school.
SoundCloud or things like that, right? Prior to that.
Even back in high school, it was just like, let's make a song and drop it.
Yeah.
Never like a project.
Was Paul making beats, and were you making?
Yeah, like we had the first song that I feel like got a little bit of traction. Like I dropped 2, right? But I like those songs, but I didn't have like any fan base. I didn't really have a reason for people to even tap in and see what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
And I also didn't even I didn't know the social media shit updated.
It's going to be that powerful for you.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I didn't even know how it worked yet. Like, I would be on Instagram and shit like that, but I wasn't like studying like how the new shit worked. I was like completely out of tune and shit. Just fucking fuck it, I'm gonna drop a song, put it up. And then I feel like the first song that we did that kind of got like people's attention was when we made Tamales.
And
that's Paul produced
Fire
that
song, by the way. Fire song, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. We dropped Tamales, and all of a sudden, like, and it was people that I knew, but it was people that I didn't hear from. Like, so I was surprised. I was like, all right, what the fuck? Like, these people like it. This person likes it. A few random people were like, this is dope. This is sick. So it got a few people's attention. Nothing major, but more than anything I was getting at that time.
Yeah.
And then after that, like, did a little show in the valley with some homies. That shit went cool, and it was like I was nobody, bro. I was like, because I was just me, my name. I wasn't like affiliated with the group. I wasn't like that shit was so long ago. And then I was already like working on the EP, so I was trying to figure out how do I promote this? How do I figure out how to get people to see this and listen to it on a bigger scale than anything else I've done before? And I just was studying like other people. Other upcoming artists, like how do they do it? Literally, bro, like I would literally go on Instagram and just fucking see, okay, this person posted like this, they posted that, they did this first, they fucking everybody, like I was just collecting data, bro. I was fucking like I read like 3 books about like the music industry and shit, like just completely insane about it, bro. And the whole time making music, but I also wanted to know like the marketing side and the business side of it. So that's all I was doing for like the end of 2016 to like the beginning of 2017. And then that's when I was just like, all right, fuck it. I got enough data. I fucking think I have enough of an idea of how to do this. And I got the artwork done, all that shit. I was like, all right, let me drop the artwork. Let me drop a single. Let me try to roll it out like this. And it literally just started rolling, bro. Like from the moment that I dropped the fucking EP cover, like that started already getting people's attention, and I was surprised. I was like, fuck. Yeah. And then I dropped the song, and that shit slowly grew. Like the first day, I think we had 1,000 plays, which at that time was like, what the fuck?
You were pretty fired up about that.
Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. I was like, and I had just put it on SoundCloud. And like put it up. Fucking, that's when like advertising on Instagram was like new.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, let me fucking spend $50 on the sponsored post or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, see what happens. And I don't know if that shit helped it or what, but bro, like that shit, I dropped the single and literally that shit just took off. And
do you think someone, so you said like kind of like Tamales was like your first one, and then I'm assuming you're referring to Made, right? For your second one.
Yeah, Made was a single. Yep.
So do you think some of it, obviously you got people to listen, but do you think some of it is because it was so connecting to the culture here of why it resonated so much with people?
Oh yeah. I think once they heard it,
yeah,
like I fucking knew the song was good, bro. Like I showed it to some people, bro, and they were like, you can always tell when people's reaction, like before something comes out, I would show it to people. They didn't like dislike it, but people were just like, oh, that's cool. Like, and like I would never let
fire, bro.
I would never let people be like, I would never let that like influence the way I thought about it. I'll be like, bro, I know it's fire and I like it, and not everybody's gonna like it, of course. There's not 100% of people don't like anything. Like, no, that's not even a thing. Yeah. So I was like, fuck it. Like, maybe it's just like these fools don't like it, or it's not like the best thing they've ever heard. And so I already knew that this shit was fire. The EP that I had was fire. I was like, fuck it, I like it. But for me, the biggest thing was like, how do I even get them to click play? Because you see so much shit, bro. People drop fucking music all day, and sometimes it's like a chore to get people to even press play. Like, exactly. There's so many other things that they could press play on.
The world's flooded. The media's flooded, so it's hard to captivate and connect to someone, grab someone's attention. You have a small amount of time.
Small amount of time, bro. And every day it's different. You gotta adjust. Okay, that doesn't work anymore. What do we do now? It's like a different thing. How do we get people's attention? So I already knew the fucking song. I was like, I think the song will do well if people hear it. So my biggest thing was like, how do I even get people to press fucking play? Yeah. So I don't know. I think it had to do with a lot. I think the cover art was a dope. So people were like, it looked intriguing. So I think people clicked on it like, what is this? Or I don't know, bro. But maybe at the first few words they were already like, oh fuck, already reeled in and shit.
I don't know, man. I said, like, I mean, I'll use my personal experience, man. You press play on that. I mean, anyone who goes back and listens to it now or whatever, I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. The whole thing is fire. You know, that's 5 songs, and that's what's like. I was like, bro, like this dude's gotta this got to get in front of other people, man. This got to get in front of.
For real.
It has to, because it was unique. It was very unique. I mean, as you know, man, I started sending that to anyone I possibly could, because I was like, bro,
I remember, bro. Hell yeah.
Like, there's something special here. And you know, and that was that was very cool, because I've never seen anyone here, you know, really, like, person that I know of, anyone to make it with music other than one of my boys that's you know, doing music in LA, like, you know, but sound stuff, right? He's done his own band stuff. But beyond that, one person I know of that's actually been able to do something with music out of here. It's hard. It's not easy to do something.
Not easy, bro.
Like this. And I definitely want you to talk about that a little bit more, because I think people got to understand the process and what you've gone through to try to make yourself, you know, to create this this opportunity for yourself. But so that EP kind of got it seems like kind of got the wheels going for you, right? In the right direction.
That was the catapult, bro. That got everybody's attention. That got the shit moving.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see the data, like if you were looking at the data, but like was it mostly people like from the Imperial Valley listening to the music, or was it people
at first? Yeah, of course. At first it was like fucking concentrated. Everybody, Imperial, Central, Brawley, Calexico, and a little bit from San Diego. It wasn't even that big in San Diego yet. I still felt like a fucking outsider in San Diego, you know?
Yeah.
And slowly it grew to where like a lot of people in San Diego were listening to it. A lot of people now, most of my listeners now are in LA. So it's still not like worldwide. Like there's people from all over the world that listen to it, but it's not like a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Like the most concentrated areas is probably like LA, still the Valley, of course, San Diego, a lot in the Bay Area and shit.
Yeah. Did you have all the songs in that project recorded before you dropped Made? Like,
yeah, everything was already recorded. Yeah.
Did you think Made was the one? Like,
yeah, I mean that's why it was the fucking single. I was like, fuck, bro, I produced it myself. I fucking recorded it. I fucking like that song, bro. I made that shit like a year before I fucking dropped that shit. So I was already listening to the rough draft and shit like a million times, like fucking months before that shit. Like, fuck, bro, this shit, I can't wait till this shit's out, bro. But I was like really like with all these songs, I was like, I really wanted to make sure like I don't want to just drop it and that shit just go by the wayside and nobody heard it like everything else.
There's a lot of time and effort spent into creating that you don't want to just let it fall off and then go away.
Exactly, bro. So that's like half the battle, bro, is figuring out that marketing side. And like a lot of people don't like doing that shit, but I think now most artists know like that's fucking part of the package. Like
it seems like it definitely. It seems like more artists are kind of going like, and we've had this conversation, right? Like guys that don't give away anything, right? Don't sign with anyone and they hold on to all their stuff and you know, to kind of have found the way to make it and to make it profitable for themselves without actually giving any of it away to people. You know, and so you do this, so you drop that project. So when you dropped that, what was your next step for you? What was like, all right, in your mind, like, okay, I did this, got a little bit of traction going with this. Now this is my plan.
Keep dropping more music, accumulating, just growing the fan base, bro. Because like at the end of the day, to me, it's like I'm gonna try to take it as far as possible. But like you can fucking make a sustainable living with a small fan base, a medium fan base. So in my head, I was just like, all right, I'm not fucking thinking I'm gonna fucking be Drake tomorrow and shit. You know what I mean? Like there's only one Drake, bro. So it's like if that happens, and fuck, like.
Great.
God loves me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Great. But I'm gonna just keep going and not worry about what it could be. What are the numbers? Where can I land?
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right, let me just focus on fucking trying to put myself in the best positions, make the best possible shit that I like, and can just increase the fucking fan base pretty much. So that's really what we've been doing this whole time.
So you dropped that summer of 17, right?
Yeah.
So summer of 17, we start talking later on, and I don't go back. Like, man, we said like, hey, let's put a show on in the Valley, right? We said let's do this show, and bro, like I'll say like that thing was. For a minute, I remember when we were there, right? Because I want to remind this fool that only you and I were there setting that shit up that day and that morning. Not at all, bro.
He was like driving in from town, from out of town.
Bro, like, he had excuses. All his friend was in town. I'm like, bro. So I remember that night, bro. I remember going to that thing, going like, all right, like, bro, is this thing? Because remember, like, you did pre-sale tickets for it, all that, right? So we were trying to get an idea of what it would be, and it was like, I don't know, we'll see, man. But I remember, like, I look back on like the videos from that thing, like, and how many people packed inside of that,
bro.
You know, man. So that right there, I was like, bro, this dude, okay, not only does the music good, like put on a show
where like sick, bro.
You know, where people could like, I mean, people were, you know, it was amazing. It was an amazing time. The whole thing was such a cool experience. And you know, that really kind of pumped me up for what I was like, all right, like there's Eddie can do something big with this thing, you know?
Yeah.
And
bro.
And I think so shortly after that, I mean, when did you end up moving to LA?
The following year, like maybe March.
Maybe
March. So then that's when I started, like, I linked up with my managers now. They're like part of my team. They're like, it's our own label and they're part of it. They're A+ Films. So they shoot videos for like fucking Kendrick, Snoop, like they've been doing videos for.
They're out of LA.
Doing videos for a long time. Yeah, they're out of LA. They're from LA.
So and was this let's go back off that real quick. Were you leaving with the intention of wanting to like get a manager, kind of take even the next step in the business aspect of your career?
Yeah, for sure. Like I knew like I don't have like the highest business acumen of how this fucking music industry works. Like
yeah,
I knew that I needed somebody that already knows that shit.
Yeah.
So so these guys been exposed to it for a while. Like even on the video side, you learn a lot from that shit. So they pretty much just hit me up and said like, hey, you know, we just want to help you out and fucking help you make dope ass videos and put your shit together. And I was like, hell yeah, like these fools got some of the highest quality fucking videos, and they get it, bro. Like they know what's up. So linked up with them, and then through them, like they started introducing me to a lot of different people from LA, bro. Like they're cool with a bunch of producers, and they pretty much showing my shit around, bro. And people were liking it. People were down to meet me and fucking link up, and that's how I've met other producers and been able to work with them and shit.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So and I remember telling when I sent one of my boys from LA your stuff, and he said, man, like he's got to move to LA, you know, and he said he just
that's where everything's at, man. It is where
as far as the quick access to like this, like you said, I mean, you move up there, and if you're going to reach out to people and to connect with people, it's like if they say, hey, I got an hour this afternoon, you gotta try to capitalize on like things like that. I'm sure things like that have happened for you.
And sometimes it would be like that. But like one of the main reasons though I came back is because I wasn't even thinking about moving back. But then COVID, bro. So it's like COVID honestly was like, bro, we could literally do everything remotely. Yeah. And you could still link up. Like if I really needed to, I could still go. Because sometimes you need that physical, like gotta just be in the same room and fucking vibe off each other. But it's like fuck, like everything literally is going remote.
Yeah.
I think more and more. And me
this definitely like this escalated that. I mean, this drove that forward. I mean, because I mean the reality is like, you know, Zoom and stuff like this. I mean, FaceTime's been around, but like things like this where you're really gonna sit down and like either have meetings or like this, do podcast things. That's in February, I don't think it was as prevalent, right? I mean, it was something that took about a month or two, and then all of a sudden, like this was the norm, right? So, I mean, it was perfect timing to realize, like, wait, I can link with anyone from anywhere. It makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense.
I think I don't know. I think that's the way a lot of things are going. Obviously, there's still gonna be fucking in-person physical things. Like, who knows when concerts are fucking coming back.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon, bro. People are already announcing tours and shit. So I think it should be like
optimistic.
You know,
for sure. For sure.
It is a lot of people in one fucking room and shit, but I don't know.
So you so when you were up in LA, when you were there, you said you started, you know, kind of getting some connections, stuff like that. And I remember like hitting some random people. I might have like George Lopez's producer, and he was like, bro, like I'm gonna work with this fool, like Cottonmouth Kings, like, you know, just like I was thinking like anyone who was like, all right, somewhat bigger, but like that still fit the like the style that you had. And then you ended up linking up with Rome. You know, what would you say and how that experience went and who he is? Because I mean, we talked about this, bro. Like your style, like definitely, like I mean, it has that vibe of like Sublime feel to it. And it's so unique. So it crosses so many different, I think, kind of styles. But I remember when Rome got like connected with you, man, I was like, man, that's a really that one fits well. It's interesting. I think that one might. So kind of talk about that for a minute.
That one was, I think it happened organic, bro. I think through the first, like when the song was getting popular, the EP was getting popular, like in the summer, somehow his widow found out who I was. Mama Troy. Her name is Mama Troy.
Okay. And, you're talking about
Bradley's.
Yeah.
Bradley's, yeah. So she was super like she was super supportive, bro, from the beginning. She was like, "Oh, this shit is tight." Like, and then I remember I met her like at the fucking La Vuelta, the lowrider shows that they have right there in Barrio Logan.
Yeah, got you.
I was still living right there in Barrio Logan, and I met her right there, and she was real cool, bro. And she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell Rome about you. I'm gonna tell everybody about you." And
wow.
And then I guess finally she told him, or he found out somehow, and then he reached out to me on Instagram, posted a story about me, DM me. He's like, "Bro, we got a link. Like, your shit is sick." And literally like that, bro. And then once I moved to LA, I was like, "Oh, I'm out here now, bro. Let's link."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Sick, bro. I want you to be on the album, the new album."
Yeah.
Wow.
Sent me like a few little rough drafts of shit. He's all like, "Here's a few vibes, bro. See what you're feeling, but like either way, come through the house and we can link up." So I went to this fool's pad up in like the hills, Hollywood
Hills, right? Yeah.
Nice ass house, bro. Nice ass house. Got his own little studio and shit. And it was cool, man. Like I just got good energy from him and his engineer. Then his other homie came through, and that shit was sick, bro. And he was like, "Fuck yeah, bro. Like we still got to work on more shit in the future."
Yeah.
But that shit was sick for me, bro, because I'm like, bro, you're literally the lead singer of Sublime now, and it's like,
yeah,
wow.
I love that. I love Sublime, bro. And when people started telling me like I sounded like him, and I didn't see it at first, like until somebody told me. And then after they told me, I was like, oh, that's true. I used to listen to these fools like crazy, like obsessed. Yeah. So I think it just kind of came out like naturally.
Yeah, no, and I said it's kind of like see, you have your own style, but it crosses over so many other sounds, right? Like it, and I think that's probably a lot of artists that you take pieces of, it's a subconsciously you're taking stuff from as you've grown up and listened to different things, and that's another thing like that's so unique to kind of your music, because you add in the Spanish aspect of it. You do, you have hip hop or you sing, and it's kind of it's just unique. But Rome has a little bit of that flair too. Maybe not doesn't sing in Spanish really, but it's say.
And Bradley did, man.
And Bradley,
me and this would have been saying you need to do a cover of "Caress Me Down."
Oh, bro, I've told this fool like that. These guys gotta put a cover on this thing.
I gotta do a cover of all of them, bro. Nah, the first time, bro, that I ever sang or rapped in Spanish, like purposely like that, was because I heard a song from Sublime, the Chica Me Tipo song, Chica Me Tipo. Bro, the whole thing's in Spanish. And I remember being tripped out, like, what the fuck is this for white? Like, what
Super
the
punk
fuck
song,
on?
too. Super punk song.
Dude, it's fucking sick, bro. But that was the first time I was like, oh, hell yeah. Like, I have to do some shit in Spanish. And it was literally that was, like, the first thing that made me even think of doing that. I don't know why it was, like, didn't click before. But that was, like, 2011 or some shit, the first time I ever did. And it was because of that. Because of other songs, too, but it was mainly that song. Like, the whole song was in fucking Spanish, and I was like, "That's sick."
That's what's crazy about you linking with Rome, though, because like I'm a huge Sublime fan too, and like I've seen like all these YouTube home videos of Bradley. Like he was super into rap and super into Hispanic culture. So like I'm honestly, if he was still here, like I'm sure he would love your music, bro. Like
it's just a culture thing, bro. I mean, like that, it's like Long Beach and growing up and like I mean, just like us, like you grow up like around. You're around the culture, you're around things like that, and it's impossible to not take that culture into, especially like I said, if you're just around it as much as all of us kind of tend to be, even if you are Mexican, man. And so yeah, and I saw that was cool, man. When you linked with Rome, and I was like, all right, like I feel like this is like something that's gonna take the next step for help, like just keep. It's because it puts you in front of a new audience, right? In front of a new audience, and he was dope about sharing your stuff. I remember like early, he would tag you
always, bro. I was like, damn, like I never even expect that from nobody. You know what I mean?
And
that's doing it just for the love.
So organic about it is like generally. He genuinely liked the music and was like, bro, I want to share this dude's music. I remember I think they were on tour, and he was listening to you like in their bus or something like that. And I remember he posted on his story and tagged you. And I'm like, bro, like you can't ask for better free advertisement than someone who's got a dope following to say like, bro, check this dude out. And so that was before that album came out and everything. That was before the Sublime with Rome album came out.
It was like a few months, like at least 6-7 months before.
That might have been before you even linked up with him.
Oh,
when he
yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
posting that stuff.
It was for sure before. It was like, because we had already been that was happening. Like he was posting my songs and shit, and like DMing me like link whatever. And I was like, damn, that's sick. And then finally we did it. I forgot when. It was like early when I had first like moved to LA.
Yeah.
And then even after that, it still was like a year later the album came out. Maybe a year and a half later.
Yeah, that came out what, like last year,
2019.
Yeah. Summer?
Yeah, it was like almost summer.
Yeah.
And I remember I was
pretty
like,
nerve-wracking getting in the studio.
In the studio, nah, bro, because I think because he was just so cool about it. Like a little bit of butterflies, like just you're meeting somebody new. So I really didn't know him. So you're like, okay, I don't know what to expect because I don't know him. And it's also fucking Rome, like fucking
like how'd you show him the house the first time?
Well, we literally just wrote it there.
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, I think he had pulled that song up while we were there, and I'm like, all right, let's fucking write it. Let's write it. He was like, okay, this is like the subject, whatever. We wrote it there, fucking recorded it, did a few takes and shit. Just literally just vibe, bro, and just like talk about shit. But as soon as I got there, bro, like I already knew like, okay, this was cool, so I don't have to like. I didn't feel weird
takes
about
that pressure off.
Yeah.
Right. Just kind
of hell yeah.
Yeah, kind of just vibe out. Yeah. And the only thing I can remember, man, when I first got to listen to it when they came out of the album, I'm like, bro, I wish this fool's verse was longer. I wish this guy got more time on this track, bro. I'm like, man, Rome should have kick him another verse on this thing or something. It's like, because I mean, it's one of the best songs on that album. I mean, honestly, and yeah, man, I mean, you know, that's what's so cool, man. I think being from here is that like anytime that, I mean, if you're a real person, man, anytime you see someone from your area have success, it's such a cool thing because you can feel like, man, you know, I could take part in that, man. I can take joy in that and see, you know, Eddie making it because he deserves to make it. Like that's like the coolest thing. And
bro, I think that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
You know? Yeah,
Thank you,
it's
bro.
so dope.
That's how I feel about all kinds of people, bro. Like when fucking Sergio was playing for the Giants. Well, he's still playing in MLB now. But like when he first got in, I was like, sick. This is sick. This was one of the main closers of the fucking Giants. And then I remember, bro, when he fucking struck out Miguel Cabrera to win the World Series, bro. I fucking almost cried and shit. I was like,
bro, like,
this
bro, and you're going crazy. Bro. Like, I mean, like for like even that for me, bro. I went to like we played Little League against each other. I went to high school with each other.
You're like the same age as him.
He's he's 2 years older than me, bro. So like that was like, bro. I mean, I remember being like throwing chairs over. Like I was like, you know, you're just fired up because it's such a it's part of this, man. And that's what's so cool about the Valley, I think, is because for the most part, I think everyone's super supportive of people, you know, eventually as you grow up, man, I mean, you realize like, man, for someone to make it out of here and to put that city as where they're from, it shines such a great light on where we're from. You want to see everyone make it. And it is special, man. Yeah. Anytime anyone from here, man, is that's what's so cool because we've seen guys make it in sports, right? We've seen people make it in certain things, but music's different. I haven't seen that happen.
Yeah, music is different.
You know, and to see you kind of it continuing towards that trend, which has been amazing because I mean I just seen your trajectory over the past few years. I mean, you went from, you know, no followers on Instagram to, you know, like you got your following now and you're continuing to grow that following, and it's just cool to see people really kind of get a grasp of understanding what your music's like. When so right now, because I kind of puts us back to where we're a little closer to where we're at right now. What have you been doing? So obviously you haven't put out a lot of music in the past few years. You've put out songs. You know, I know everyone. I think the joke is, bro, when's that album gonna drop? Because everyone's excited, bro. Like, I mean, everyone asks the same question. Which is I think great for you to know that everyone wants the music, right?
It is, bro.
Kind of. So what is like where is that in your process? I know you've been writing. I know you do that. Where are you at with that?
Well, we just been stacking a bunch of music, bro. So where it's at right now is like. Still working on an album, but it's It's in the near future, but in the more near future is we got a few songs that we like that we want to drop, songs with videos, a few features, some artists that I linked up with over the last like 2-3 years in LA.
Yeah.
And gonna roll those out over the first few months of the year, and then hopefully I'm hoping, bro, in my head, like maybe like mid-year or something like that, maybe an album. But like I said, you'll know for real when the hair
so what Eddie's saying, once that hair gets cut, bro, that's when it's gonna get live. That's when they expect the thing.
Cut, that's activation mode. There'll be songs before then, you know what I mean? There'll be songs, other shit before then, but once the hair looks shorter, that's the telltale right there.
It's go time.
It's go time.
So you've created, I mean, you have your own label. What are you doing in that aspect?
Yeah, so it's our own label, it's our own just brand, you know what I mean? We want to be able to run my music through there, merge, bring in other artists through there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just really want to have my own thing that has its own meaning, and maybe later on in the years when I'm like, fuck it, I don't want to make music no more, that shit could live on its own, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still be behind it, but maybe that shit can just be its own thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What who are some, if you can say, who are some people that you've been able to work with beyond like Rome and things like that? And so what are kind of some of the unique experiences you've been able to have in the past few years that have kind of continued to help you grow as an artist?
For sure, a lot of producers. So like I've worked with this group. Their name's 1500 or nothing, and they're crazy, bro. They're like a legit ass fucking big musical group, and they produce a lot for big artists, bro. Bruno, fucking whoever you could think of, bro. Like songs you probably heard, they produced it, and they have a lot of members in their group, and I was able to link up with them, make a few songs with them, and just literally even being able to watch how they work in the studio, bro, is like, wow, there's levels, bro. There's levels to shit, and it's like those dudes are another fucking echelon. Like they fucking live and breathe. This shit's like ingrained in them, and I think they grew up like in the church, fucking playing piano and shit. Like their parents were in music, so they're like really, really, really talented. And I was just fortunate to even be in the studio with them, bro, as many times as I was. Got to meet them and another Terrace Martin. So he produced Skylin, the most recent song that we dropped, and we have a few other songs, and he's super cool, man. Like he's produced for Kendrick and J-Rock and fucking like Travis Scott and shit. So, but he's a really big like jazz musician. So from like, he's just on the fly, bro. Like he could fucking close his eyes and fucking get the saxophone and just do some crazy ass shit. Like seeing him work, like his workflow is like, that shit's sick, bro. Even being in their studios, bro, like he has his own studio in his house, and I'm like, that's sick, bro. Like that's something that I admire. That's something that I want. You know what I mean? I have my own version of that now, but that's like those are different.
The next step for you, getting that kind of thing going. Yeah.
Those interviews you uploaded with him were pretty cool, man. Like
man. I'm
curious and like where you were from and you know how you came up and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah, he's sick, man. He's always good vibes, bro. Every time I see him and shit. But that's somebody that I met out there. And another person, I'd say I got a song with her coming out. Her name is Vel the Wonder. She's a rapper. She's like in the underground scene and shit, but she's dope, man. She's from LA, from like Baldwin Park area.
Okay.
I got to meet her. I think probably just through like the people that she knows, the people that I know. She also knew my managers and shit before I even knew her. So through that, she got to know my music and she liked it, and she wanted to link up and make some shit. And so like we got a song coming out pretty soon, but she's super dope, bro. She's like a rapper type shit. Like she's dope,
like
bro.
rap
underground. Yeah, on some underground shit, but she could sing too. She's
nice.
sick. Got to meet her. Got to linked up with Kuko. You heard of Kuko? You know Kuko?
Yeah, I love Kuko, bro.
Yeah, I got to link up with him. He was cool, man. Like he found out about my music through the internet, so he just hit me up, like, bro.
Yeah, you've been talking to him for a while, right?
Yeah, he hit me. He's like, let's link up, bro. Like, you're sick, whatever. And then eventually I ended up going to his house down in LA, going to his studio. You know, he got a studio right there in his like mom's backyard or whatever.
Yeah.
His mom's house. Or probably something else now, but this fool's dope, man. This fool does everything on his own.
Yeah.
He's got all his own hardware, bro. But it's just cool, like, seeing how other people work. You know what I mean? Like, I only know before I only knew my way or like Paul's way or the people that I'm around. So how other people do it is crazy. Like, this dude's a for real, like, got synth, can play the guitar, can play the piano.
Really musicians, real
musician type shit. Yeah, so he was cool. Linked up with King Lil G, had him on the remix. That one was cool, bro. That fool's been around for a while, and he's already solidified like as who he is and his name in LA and fucking rap. So that was a fucking real big like credibility stamp for me. I'm like, somebody like that to be on a song with me.
Yeah,
but yeah,
no doubt,
he was
man.
cool, bro.
Yeah. So speaking of J-Rock.
J-Rock, you've been meeting J-Rock.
That tour, you went on a whole tour with them, right? Through California.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't the whole tour. It was like maybe like the towards the end of it. So like the last like 5 dates or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But that shit was cool, bro. Like it wasn't a very long run, but it was cool for me because it was the first time I ever did anything like that.
Yeah.
Like go to cities like that, back to back.
Play in front of people that really aren't necessarily going to see you, but like then vibe with you.
Nobody's there to see me. Yeah, nobody's there to see me. So it was like, okay, I don't know how this crowd's gonna be. Every city we go to might be a different type of crowd. So it's like, let me just go in expecting absolutely nothing and just try to win these fools over. Like I felt like a fucking comedian, bro. Like, all right, let me go out
there break the ice and stuff.
Let me just go break the ice somehow and shit. But it was cool though. Like mostly every night, it was like I would get people coming up to me after the show and be like, "Bro, that's dope that you're even up there like with fucking J-Rock. I don't even know who you are, but I'm a fucking supporter now. Like I'm a fucking follow your music now." And then at some shows, I would have people that would come for me, like.
Yeah,
you know, obviously not the whole fucking crowd, but like
I remember. Yeah, I remember people going like, "Oh, we're going to like this show. We're going." Yeah, I mean, going to where you play, like in Oakland, or did you played somewhere
Sacramento,
right?
Oakland, Sacramento, fucking Santa Cruz.
Yeah. Is that something that you? I mean, do you like performing? Is that something that you
Hell
like?
Yeah.
Getting to get in front of people and to put it out there.
It's definitely. It's different doing the shows where obviously nobody knows you, but you need those. You need those to really like. You need one to humble yourself to be like, all right, bro, you're not shit. Sure. These people don't even know who the fuck you are. Like so you gotta go hard, you know? Because bro, like if you're fucking at a show and everybody loves you every single time, which eventually that's what it should be, right? That's what you would want. But at the beginning, bro, you gotta kind of eat shit a little bit. But there's nothing like those.
You gotta
earn some stripes. Yeah. There's nothing like those shows though. The shows where people go to see you, those are crazy, bro. Those are like you almost don't even have to like. You're just kind of going off their vibe type of shit. You know what I mean?
That energy.
It's a different feeling. It's a different feeling. But yeah, no, shows are cool, bro. Like I can't wait to do more. Like for crowds that are there for me or for crowds that don't even know me. You know, maybe going on another tour with another bigger artist.
Yeah,
trying to get exposed to that crowd.
Yeah, no doubt. So in the next 12 months, we can obviously expect more music.
Oh hell, you can for sure expect more music, bro, and a project, bro. 100%. A project for sure, bro. Is it coming out?
Let's go. Been hearing this for years, bro. I don't know. No, man, we're fired up about that, man, and really just to continue to see, you know, you grow with this thing, because I know this is still the early talks, the early stages for you with what you're doing.
Still early stages, bro. Like it's a grind, bro. Like with anything, it's a grind, and it doesn't always go like how you think. You know what I mean? It's not always like a fucking like most artists, bro, that are fucking huge right now have like a huge grind right before.
Yeah.
That nobody saw. They were fucking to the whole world. They were nobody.
Yeah.
And then at some point, you keep grinding, and then that shit just boils over, and it, gets exposed to more people. So that's where I'm at with it, bro. Just trying to keep the grind going until it gets to that, that boiling point where it's big enough. You know what I mean? Trying to take it as far as possible, obviously.
No doubt. No doubt. And I mean, I think we're in the same boat as for your thing is like it's just people, the more people that are gonna hear it, I mean, people can't not like your music. I mean, that stuff is it resonates, man. It really does.
I mean, I don't know. Like, people's tastes are different, so people want to be like, this is weird or this is whack. Like, whenever if to me, I'm always like, some people are not gonna like it, and that's cool. It's whatever. Yeah. But you just gotta focus on the people that do like it. You know what I mean? People that do like it, that do resonate with it, and fuck it. Yeah. That's who you do it for,
Yeah, no doubt. And obviously, I mean, it's your passion, and it's something that, you like putting out this this style that you have and everything. I mean, it's easy for you to do because that's who you are. Exactly. You're true to yourself. You haven't tried to switch up or do something different. I mean, you just kind of continue to grow who you are and to kind of compound on that and to just keep growing that vibe because yeah, dude. I mean, I know, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear more music. Can't wait to be able to kind of.
Me neither, bro. I can't wait to drop that shit.
Can't wait to put that stuff out there, man.
I swear to God.
So where do you see your movement the next year? I mean, you want to obviously you said you got your own label. You're not planning on signing with a label or anything like that. You're just self-promotion with this stuff and to continue that with your managers, and is that your method moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, if like the right opportunity comes about, then you look at it, you assess it. Is it something that could benefit us? How much do we give up here? Everything's a give and take. Like, not every deal is a bad deal. Like, a lot of people talk shit about labels, like the label's a fucking demon and shit. Like, some people sign some horrible labels and get fucking conned. Yeah. Because they don't have people around them that can really kind of like
talk them through it.
Talk them through it.
Yeah.
But there's definitely beneficial label opportunities because some people sign short label deals, like, do 2 projects with us, see how it goes. We'll give you a little bit of money because it's really like a loan from a label.
Yeah.
A label is just like a bank. Yeah. It's like a bank. Sometimes they have some certain resources that maybe you don't, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they'll tell you that they do and they really don't. But that's really all it is. It's like, if those opportunities come, then we'll see what they got to
evaluate
offer. Evaluate it as it is.
Yeah. You got anything coming up with Rossi? Anything like with that?
Not yet, but we for sure gotta hop in the studio soon. Get some shit. He's right here down the fucking street.
Yeah.
But he's dropping some shit soon for sure.
And he's growing. I mean, he's blowing up. I mean, his music's fine. It's funny because you guys have I think similar background, but as far as music styles and stuff like that are so different, but yet they work so well when they get put together. I mean, it's yeah, man.
Bro, that's like my favorite collabs, bro. When we do some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, man. No, I'm pumped up for it, man. Dude, I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to go and spread that stuff on the rooftops. Let everyone know, bro. Hey, check this out.
Hell yeah, bro.
Because you already know how it is. So
once a few songs come out, bro, which we try to build up the momentum the right way. You know what I'm saying? Build the promo, bro. Album come out, we got to do another show in the Valley, bro. Like,
no doubt.
After album, bro. After people soak it in and shit,
Yeah,
for sure, another show in the Valley.
Talked, man, and this is something I still think would be the dopest thing ever. But after we did your show, we said we should go to the same spot and do like Cinco de Mayo, like, or something like that on one of those, like do the show, shut the street down, like right there, vendors, stuff like that. I still think we would do something like that here.
That would be sick, bro. Include other fucking Valley businesses, vendors, other artists from the Valley, bro. Because like I want other people from the Valley to be included. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think we do something big, man, and I'm excited for you. I'm excited to support it
Hell yeah, thank you, bro. I'm excited for you guys, bro. You guys are already four episodes deep, bro. You fools are head hunting. You're head hunting.
Right. Roll, bro. I appreciate you taking the time, obviously, to roll with us on this, man.
Thank you.
And I think it's going to be fire because, like, man, every time we've done these so far, bro, the conversation's just been super natural, super easy. And that's what's cool about this, bro. It's just straight up conversation, man. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but, man, I'm excited for other people to get to know who you are too. And for us to be able to help spread that out there, man. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Thank you, bro.
All right, brother. Well, you got anything else for me, man?
I'm excited for the new music, man.
Hell yeah. Thanks, bro.
Awesome. So thank you. Appreciate it.
We're going to roll, man. We're going to roll. Hey, well, Eddie, we're definitely going to hop on here again at some point in time. Maybe when you get that new album dropped out, we'll do another episode, bro. We'll put this out there. But
maybe you can make our intro or something, man.
Oh, bro, might have to borrow a song for an intro, even something you've already done, bro.
Cook something up, man.
Hey,
I could probably, yeah.
Well,
let me know the vibe. Let me know the vibe.
Bro, your music is the vibe, bro. Like, hey, whatever it is, bro.
Whatever it is.
I think it'd be dope, bro. And then I think it'd be dope just to be able to kind of promote that every single time that we put out an episode, bro. Is just is having your intro. So we'll discuss that, bro.
Hey, I'll fucking do like the you know how like the commercials where like they sing like a fucking blinds company or some shit, like 3-day blinds, like
that's right. Yeah, 3-day blinds
or whatever the fuck it is, you know, like
for sure, bro. Hey, we have to make it happen, brother. We have to make that happen. And I appreciate it. We won't take any more of your time, man. I'm fired up for you. Can't wait. We'll let you know when we're gonna drop this. It'll probably be in a few weeks, or a couple weeks maybe. But we'll put like a couple clips out promo wise, tag you in, all that stuff like that, and then and then we'll pop this thing out there, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, brother. Hey, take it easy. Get after that music, man. I can't wait.
Hell yeah. Talking to you guys.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you later, Ed.